Happy New Year! Officially 2024. Where did that go?
Yeah, it feels weird. We have done so many things in 2023. So if this is your first video that you watch, to give a little bit of an update, we just got back from traveling around Australia in Betty, which is our technically I paid for it.
Technically, it's my bus.
Our blue small Hyundai gets, and we traveled all around Australia with it and the swag.
Yeah, it was a good solid 4 months of travelling in a small car and a swag.
That wasn't our brightest idea.
It was a bit of a struggle, but we did it, we saw it, we did it, we've seen it, we've been there, we've done that. We followed the coast. There's still a lot more to see, but that'll wait for at least another 10 years because on to bigger and better things, I think.
So now we're back in our bus. We got back 7th of December.
Yeah.
So we have been back for about a month and we didn't unpack Betty yet, which is quite embarrassing. And also in about 1.5 weeks we have a flight. We'll tell you later where to. But first, we want to do with you a recap of 2023.
Yeah, we actually started out 2023 up the tippy top of Queensland before travelling back down to Bundy and flying out to Thailand.
And then from there we travelled around Thailand for a bit. We went north of Thailand. We got on a slow boat to go from Thailand to Laos. And then we traveled Laos, we traveled to Luang Prabang and Van Vieng. We got back to Thailand on a very dodgy sleeper bus. Then we traveled south of Thailand. We met with my mom who came to visit from Italy, and we went to Cambodia.
There was another bus. We took another bus
Yes.
to Cambodia. It was a very easy border crossing for us actually. That border crossing has a reputation of being very painful. But we went with the right company, jumped on a bus, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And we loved Cambodia.
Cambodia was amazing. Cambodia was a very cool trip, a very cool place to visit.
We visited Siem Reap and we said
Phnom Penh.
that one. My Khmer accent is not very good. But we love Cambodia, especially Siem Reap. The people are amazing. We've met some awesome people. And actually, before flying to Thailand, when we flew out of Australia, we also went to Singapore. We spent 18 hours in Singapore.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, hopefully we will have a chance to see Singapore again for a bit longer, maybe this year.
Then we flew back to Thailand, and then spent a few more...
From Cambodia?
Yep, from Cambodia. We spent a few more weeks travelling down south of Thailand. And then we travelled north again and flew back to Brisbane.
Yeah, and we spent about 3 months just working. If you don't know yet, we are working online. We have our own business and we edit videos for other people, apart from for us. So we spent 3 months closed in the bus working, and then we were planning to start our trip around Australia with our bus. It was supposed to last about a year.
Yes, but then we actually sat down, did some figures, did some calculations, and we came to the conclusion it would take way too much time and way too much money to do the trip in the bus. So we had the bright idea to do it in a small, tiny little car with a dog.
We decided this actually the day that we were supposed to leave. Because now we are staying at Aaron's mom's house, and she told us, I have to go to work, don't leave yet, so wait for me so I can say goodbye to you. So while we were waiting for her, we started thinking about how much money it would have taken us to travel all around Australia by bus. We were actually ready to leave and we didn't. We had a change of mind. We calculated that it would have taken us $12,000 only in fuel, but probably it would have been more.
Probably about 15,000, probably.
and probably over a year, so that we had a change of mind because we had spent the last 3 years already traveling around Australia, and it was great, but we were kind of forced to do so because I had cancer, and then there was COVID while I had cancer. So we spent a lot of time in Australia, traveling around Australia, and we just wanted to get over with and go on and see other parts of the world. So we had a change of plans, and we decided, what if we are doing the trip with Betty and a swag? And that's what we did. It took us about 2 or 3 weeks to plan it all, to get Betty ready, take Betty to the mechanic. Yeah, and we left in end of July. We left with Betty. We traveled all the way around Australia. Betty, who by the way she has 300,000 kilometers now.
We started the trip at 275,000 kilometers, and she is very, very close to 300,000 kilometers.
And she didn't break down. She gave us a little problem on the road. We had to stop because it overheated, but believe it or not, she traveled all the way around Australia. We have seen so many people with big, expensive four-wheel drives broken down on the side of the road, and Betty just traveled all around Australia. Not just all around Australia. We also went to visit Guayagostown and Cuba Pedy, which are in the middle of the Western Australia, South Australia desert, Cuba Pedy. Yeah, I'm very proud of Betty. Now we're back. So, we have a little bit of statistics for you for this year. Okay, so this year we actually reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, finally, after 3 years on YouTube, I've never seen a more slow growing channel than ours. But this year we gained 841 subscribers, and now we passed actually 1,500.
We published a total of 50 videos this year, which is averaging nearly once a week. Not quite once a week, we published twice a week at one point, and other times we missed a few, so it averages out to once a week.
We visited 5 countries, which are Australia, Singapore, Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia. Hopefully next year we will get more than 5. But we traveled these 5 quite extensively.
While doing the trip around Australia, the little 2004 Hyundai Getz did roughly 21,500 kilometers, and we visited a total of 5 states and 1 territory.
So we visited every state apart from Tasmania, and we didn't visit the Australian Capital Territory. If you're wondering if we will ever visit Tasmania, yes, we probably will one day. We don't know when yet, there's nothing planned, but we will get to Tasmania, probably camping again, not driving this bus down to Tasmania.
No. We filmed 50 videos, so our favourite video to film, well actually my favourite video to film, when I went to Esperance in the National Park and I filmed the world's best beach. I really, really loved filming that video, it was amazing.
I can't say that was my favorite to film because I was in the campsite with the dog, because dogs are not allowed in national parks in Australia, so one of us needed to go to see it, and
it was me.
It was him. So my favorite video to film was probably Siem Reap video, because it was my favorite town, my favorite place that we visited this year, or at least my favorite place that we visited during our Southeast Asia trip. We got to do a lot of different things. We went to see the Hero Rat Center, which was amazing. We went to visit an airplane house. It was a lot of fun. I really liked it. And I really liked the Singapore video as well, because it was our first time traveling outside Australia for a long time. We went to Italy last year, but well, in 2022, but I don't really count it because it's my home country, so it's not really a new trip and it's nothing new. So yeah, Singapore was the first time overseas in a long, long time, and I was just so happy to be there.
The best performing video we've had on our channel is this Western Australia's best beach campsite video. That was actually pretty surprising to me, but it went well. What can I say? It just went well.
We have been to other beach campsites after that, and I have to say that it's probably the best beach campsite that we have seen, at least in Western Australia. Again, we have done better videos than that, but yeah, it went surprisingly well. I'm not complaining, it was good.
And on the flip side, the worst video is Thailand's most amazing temples in Chiang Rai.
Which, I like that video.
In hindsight, I think it's been overdone by a lot of people.
Yeah, but it was fun. I really liked it. It was very, I don't know, vloggy style. Maybe I would just put the wrong title. But it was a good video. Go watch it. It was, yeah, I liked it. I had fun.
The next one is what was our favourite videos to edit. My favourite video, because I edited it and it went really well, is this Western Australia's best beach campsite video.
It was your favourite just because it went well.
Yeah. I had fun.
My favourite video to edit was, actually I have a few. I really like the last few videos that we have done. The Cuba Pili video, this man built a country in his own backyard, and the Puffin Billy video. I really like editing that one. I getting better and better at editing, and I'm spending more time and have more fun, but I really like editing videos like that are not just cuts. So if you see other edited videos, I probably edit them.
We are up to what was our favourite place. We've separated these into two sections. It'll be our favourite place in Australia and also our favourite place overseas. My favourite place in Australia, is no surprise, is Esperance, simply because the beaches there were unreal. Unreal. Go visit there and you'll see exactly what I mean.
My favourite place was probably the same as Esperance. Even the town, unfortunately the town is not very good. But as the beaches are amazing. Actually, I'm in love with Sydney. I love Sydney, especially I love Bondi Beach. I lived there. It was the first place in which I lived when I came to Australia 9 years ago. So it's very personal. I have a lot of memories there, and it was awesome to get to see it again.
Favourite place overseas, and I think it's unanimous for both of us, is Siem Reap in Cambodia. I really like Luang Prabang in Laos too. It was a very close tie between the two. But yeah, really cool spot.
Yeah, for me it was probably the same. My favorite place overseas was probably Siem Reap. I really like Singapore as well. We didn't spend a lot of time there, unfortunately. That was very cool. And I really like Chiang Mai in Thailand as well. But it's very hard to make a selection on what was my favorite, at least for me, because I really enjoy every place. There are very few places that I didn't like.
So we've got a question here, what's our favourite memory of 2023? And while trying to think of the answer, we couldn't really think of just one particular memory because we have so many really good ones, and it's trying to pick, how sharp is this needle versus how sharp is that needle. It's they're just too close to try and pick a favourite for me. Do you have a favourite?
No, I don't know. It's very, very hard. Maybe I will say when we got to Singapore again, because I really had the feeling of freedom, because we spent years in Australia dealing with cancer and COVID, and again, this was our first overseas trip in a long time, and the first place in which we landed was Singapore, and so I was just so happy to walk around and see a new place, and yeah, I just remember feeling very happy. But again, we have a lot of awesome memories. of
The memory of sleeping in a bed
Yeah.
after 4 months of sleeping in a swag. That one's pretty good too.
yes.
The worst memory of 2023. For this one, for me, my worst memory was the night we spent in the sleeping bus trying to go from Laos to Thailand. I didn't get a lot of sleep. The bus was a bit noisy, a bit stinky. It kept stopping frequently. It sounds like I'm whining about it. It was actually a fun trip. Just wasn't very comfortable.
For me, it actually was a very good memory. I had fun. Like, it was a horrible trip, no doubt. Like the driver of the bus probably got his driving license in the most traffic place in India or something like that. It kept honking and honking, and was the middle of the night. It was turning, honk, turn, honk. it was so bad that it was ridiculous. Okay, for me the worst memory of this year was when actually my granddad passed away during this trip around Australia. And we were it was very unexpected because he was healthy. He was 97 though. And we were at the Monkey Maya Resort, which is a very fancy campsite somewhere in Western Australia. And it was a horrible day. It was so windy. It was hot, but it was windy and it was raining. So we were in the car, and the sides were very small. And I was crying inside the car, and we had the other campers just next to us. They wanted to come to us and pet the dog. And for me, the hardest thing of this trip was really the lack of privacy during all this camping trip around Australia. But that was really the lowest moment, because I just wanted privacy. I wanted to be on my own, and we were surrounded by people that we couldn't escape. So that was the worst memory of 2023, and it's hard to beat.
Is the worst video to film. This one was hard because most videos are pretty easy to film, but definitely the worst video to film was the 12 hours in the Singapore capsule hotel. It was just really hard to film in a capsule hotel dormitory, and then in this tiny little cramped space as well. And then trying to sleep there that night didn't help because it was noisy as anything. Yeah, it wasn't the most fun experience.
We realized that we are too old to stay in a hostel. After that experience, I'm not setting my foot in a hostel ever again. People came in and out all night. The toilets and showers, they were so gross.
Hey? They weren't too bad.
No, they were disgusting.
They weren't too bad.
I didn't have my songs because there was a layover, so my songs were on my luggage, inside my luggage in the flight. No, that was a bad idea. Don't go on a hostel unless you're 20, then it's fine. Worst video to edit. The worst video to edit was also the most fun video to edit, which is this man built a country in his own backyard. It was so much fun to edit it. I love editing that video, but it took me a week to go through 1 hour and 40 minutes of footage and rewatch it all over again, so the video will make sense.
Okay, most challenging video of 2023, and this I think would be challenging to film, challenging to plan, challenging to edit. Whole encompasses everything. And this was our Kuba PD video. We went there with the expectation that there would be plenty to do, to see, to film, and when we got there, we did our best, and I think we ended up with a reasonable video, but it was very challenging to try and link it all together.
Yeah, also the first night we were in this very fancy Big Four campsite, in which we were paying a lot of money, by the way, like $35 per night to sleep in a tent. someone stole my songs that were outside this swag while we were sleeping. Plus, the same day we found out that one of our biggest clients of 2024 was made a finance scam a lot of people around Australia, and we weren't going to get the money for the work that we have done for him. And all of this while we were trying to film this video and try to be, positive and happy, because we want to keep it real. But of course, if we put too many negatives in a video, it wouldn't be fun for you guys to watch it. But yeah, that was interesting. And then we got there, and we were expecting more things to do. But unless you have a lot of money to spend on tours, there's not really much to do in Cuba PD. And we had to travel 5 or 6 hours, and not more, 8 hours.
It was a long drive.
Yeah, a long drive across the desert just to go there.
Most underrated video. Our most underrated video of 2023, the one that we thought deserves more views than what it had, is the Puffing Billy video, which is the oldest train in Australia, which is down near Melbourne. Very fun video to do, to jump on the train, to see what happened, to do some research. It was a fun experience, and it was fun to edit, and no one watched it.
Yeah, I love that video. We had so much fun. I felt like a kid, like dangling my legs down the train. It was very cool. So go watch that video, please, if you didn't watch it yet. Okay, now, as for plans for 2024. Okay, plans for 2024.
Yes, so the last 4 months travelling around Australia, I didn't do a hell of a lot of physical exercise, and as a result, I felt as bad physically as I have ever since I was about 12 years old. I'm not very fit, not very strong, and I want to fix that in 2024. I want to get fitter, I want to get stronger, so generally a little bit more healthy as well. So I've got some health goals for 2024.
Yeah, the goal is to get healthier in 2024. I used to be a personal trainer. I studied to be a personal trainer, and when we were in Southeast Asia last year, it was much easier to stay fit, because first the food is much healthier, and we were walking a lot. We were walking everywhere. We were averaging 20,000 steps per day. During this trip around Australia, we haven't walked that much, because you kind of need a car to go anywhere, and when you get to these very small towns, there is nowhere to walk. Yeah, you can see the beach and do some hikes, but you need to get there with a car. So yeah, I've got very unhealthy as well during this trip, especially living in a tent. And again, if you work out outside, it's kind of spectacle for everyone. Again, because of the lack of privacy. So the goal for 2024 is definitely to get healthy. What else? I am doing a lot of video editing course. I'm having a lot of fun. So my goal is to become a better video editor for this year and learn more.
We've got to grow the YouTube channel, obviously, so we want to try and grow this. So, I don't know.
Subscribe if you haven't already, please. I would love to get to at least 10,000 subscribers this year. So hopefully that is going to happen. Plans for 2024. So we have, as we mentioned before, we have a flight leaving in 1.5 weeks. We still need to organize everything. We're very disorganized at the moment. We are going to the Philippines. Well, not just to the Philippines. We have a one-way ticket to Manila. The goal is to travel around the Philippines for around a month, and then keep traveling for a few months in Southeast Asia. We don't know where yet. Maybe Vietnam, Malaysia. We also would like to go back to Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. But we would also like to see other places. So,
It's an open book.
yeah, we will be around that area in Southeast Asia, Indonesia, for probably until May. And then in June, we need to come back because, as I was saying before, I had cancer 3 years ago. So I'm still having checkups every 6 months, which is very painful because every time we need to buy a ticket to be in Australia and Brisbane. So we are going to come here probably around May, spend some time with Aaron's family and the puppy dog, and then I'm going to do my appointment in June, and then hopefully I'm going to Italy. Hopefully Aaron will come with me, but Aaron can't really do plans for like 1 week, more than 1 week from now.
Nope.
It makes my planning very hard. So, so I said that I am going to Italy. He can do whatever he wants.
Good plan.
So yeah, that's what is going to happen. Probably stay in Italy for the summer. Well, I would like to go visit some places in Europe as well, but we don't have any plans yet. But I stay in Europe for the European summer, and then we don't know yet. That goes way too far. Anyway, that is our plan. So basically our plan is just that we are going to the Philippines in 1.5 weeks, which is as far as our plans go. I'm super excited. Aaron doesn't get excited. There's his mood. It's like,
it's pretty constant.
Yeah. Doesn't get sad or excited, or he just gets hungry and sleepy.
Their moods, by the way.
Are they? They are your two moods, hungry and sleepy.
That's generally about it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm excited for both of us. So that's it. We're going to eat a lot of food, explore the Philippines, and it's going to be awesome. We actually have one more video about this Australia trip. It's going to be how much we spent during the whole trip, which is coming out next Sunday. And then probably after that we will be in the Philippines.
But you have to watch the video to find out.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.